For instance, Tay's net worth increased from $40 million to this sum. This 1990s rapper who once lived in this property is now deeply in debt after going from having an $8 million net worth to depending on drug sales to make ends meet.
When you say you was broke, was you at like $0 broke?
I had to borrow money to get my kids' burger.
Let's begin with the rapper from Rack City who tried to win over his wealthy lover, Tyga, and lost everything. It's shocking to learn that the rapper seems to be deeply indebted at the height of his career. People usually ask what happened to Tyga because he was a rapper who had multiple independent albums before signing with Lil Wayne's Young Money Entertainment, and his songs have dominated the Billboard Hot Top 10 hits. Is a well-known rapper who, like many other famous people, has been in tax court. According to a 2018 research study, Tyga allegedly owed the federal government an astounding $8 million in unpaid taxes from 2001 to 2016. He dated and got to know Kylie Jenner, a TV personality and present billionaire, if those years sound similar. Unfortunately, some fans think Tyga's pockets are ripped with holes because he was trying to keep up with the Kardashian. I heard someone say that. Was definitely true. Tyga might have prioritized other things over paying taxes since he was so engrossed in the glamour and grandeur of the reality TV lifestyle. As a result, he lavished Kylie Jenner with costly presents during their 1.5-year romance, and I've heard that she was addicted to expensive things. Tyga spent an incredible $320,000 on a Ferrari for Kylie Jenner's 18th birthday celebration in 2015.
You can be whatever you want, Kylie. You finally 18, breaks out the line.
Although the case was mainly about Mayweather, the jeweler claimed that Tyga had pledged to pay $79,000 for a Rolex day date, but had never done so because days had gone by and no wires were being provided. Everything seemed okay on the surface, but after a falling out between the rapper and the young reality TV star, Tyga had to face a new reality that had long been disregarded, leaving Tyga heavily indebted and under IRS scrutiny. XXL was able to get court documents filed against Tyga in August 2016 by Miami-based jeweler Leonard Sue-Manoff. According to the May 2016 lawsuit, the plaintiffs allegedly became worried and began emailing defendants via their agent, REITs, to inquire about their projected payment date. Rumor has it that Tyga owes his ex-girlfriend $2 million. Luckily, Kylie Jenner said in a tweet that the rumors were lies. However, since his 2016 Ferrari 488 was seized several times for non-payment over that period, Tyga has had no luck. The rapper reportedly attempted to purchase a $10 million house in Calabasas, California, close to Kylie Jenner, according to TMZ, but was unable to complete the acquisition, most likely due to budgetary constraints. The suspicions began when the rapper was involved in a legal battle in 2014 over an $8 million property he attempted to purchase and rented. Less shockingly, his landlord sued him for $70,000 in unpaid rent, even though he filed a lawsuit in retaliation for breach of contract. After he and Beverly Hills jeweler Jason argued over a dispute in which Jason ordered him to pay about $200,000 for allegedly stealing $91,000 worth of diamond and gold pieces during an incident his spokesperson tagged as a misunderstanding, another judge ruled against him in a January 2014 case. Just when everyone thought the matter was settled, news sources told them that Tyga had been sued for allegedly not paying for his Bentley and the Lamborghini. Tyga owes more than $1 million when the interest on both cars is added up. The issue is that Tyga has had trouble maintaining his affinity for high-end vehicles. According to media reports in 2021, he was embroiled in a $128,000 judicial struggle that resulted in the seizure of his Rolls-Royce and Ferrari. The rapper is being asked by Choice Motors Credit to settle the outstanding balances for a 2013 Lamborghini Aventador and a 2014 Bentley Molan. The rapper from Rack City doesn't seem to be saving money because his life is a constant cycle of financial difficulties. As you can see, there are more than simply fancy cars. that Tyga finds difficult to pay for, and it appears that he is not the only rapper whose finances have been drained by women and expensive automobiles. This time, Midway Rent a Car asserted that he owed $17,730.73 in total for premium vehicles that he had rented from them in 2015. Take a look at this veteran. Above all, it's essential to Tay, who accumulated an estimated net worth of $40 million at the height of his career. I know you're wondering how that happened, but everything went south with the wind. To start, Tay used to be among the most difficult songwriters in the game. He also pioneered the usage of auto-tune pitch correction in the industry.
Never would have gone broke. I would have never done anything. But everybody before me that I had to look up to, they were just like, no, this is great. Once you start rapping, it's just money all the time. It's just rap, and it's just girls and swimming pools after.
Sadly, that was untrue. Women in swimming pools are not investments. Therefore, the millions of dollars would still be wasted. But no one told Tay that careless spending often has unanticipated repercussions. Tay believes that if the rappers he admired had been open with him about the financial circumstances of the superstar lifestyle, he would have made better financial decisions in retrospect.
If they would have just said that, look, it's not all great. It's not gonna be fine this whole time. If I would have known that, I would have been mentally prepared.
The singer said in a previous interview with The Breakfast Club that he lost everything and was left penniless after going from having millions of dollars in his account to purchasing everything he needed, and possibly never needed, to ground zero. CK disclosed that he was so impoverished that he had borrowed funds from a friend in order to purchase Burger King for his kids.
When you say you was broke, was you at like $0 broke?
I had to borrow money to get my kids Burger King.
In the same interview with The Breakfast Club, the rapper from Florida disclosed that he was once wealthy over $40 million, but lost it all due to poor choices and unsuccessful ventures. The most affluent Tay's collection of expensive vehicles includes a $393,900 Lamborghini Aventador, a $250,000 Ferrari F430, and a $1.1 million Rolls-Royce Phantom Drophead. The native of Florida disclosed that he was unable to drive a $1.2 million Bugatti for over 6 months before having to sell it due to the exorbitant maintenance costs. He appears to have damaged one of the radiators, which will cost $9,000 to repair and require the replacement of 4 radiators at once.
You got rid of your Bugatti?
Yeah, I put a hole in one of the 4 radiators that I didn't know about. So they told me that I can't just replace one of the radiators. I gotta replace the radiator and the spoiler for some reason. I don't even know what the spoiler got to do with the radiators. But long story short, they said to fix one of the radiators, it was gonna cost $90,000.
You know what he did? He recommended they keep the car and sell it to someone else because he would profit more from its sale than from repairs. Additionally, Tay blamed his manager, whom he trusted with his money to invest in real estate, for part of his financial difficulties. He stated he was letting his management handle it and that he was far more upbeat than I was. He would simply purchase complete dumps and believed that we could simply paint them because we never sold anything. Sadly, Tay's circumstances worsened to the point where he was forced to file for bankruptcy, and there were no returns on the investments. He needed some time to recover after filing for bankruptcy, but he was able to make improved financial choices amid Stowe's performance. According to Wild Red today, he earns more money from gaming on Twitch than from music. Tay may have accumulated his wealth from girls' swimming pools and fancy cars, but marital issues caused this other legendary rapper's fortune to plummet. I have made more money from video games than I have in the last 4 years. Nas, whose true name is NASA Jones, is unquestionably one of the most well-known rappers to ever enter the field. Nas became well-known after signing to Columbia Records, and he sold more records in his early career than the average rapper. He recorded a number of successful albums, the first being Illmatic. Despite leaving a lasting legacy and selling over 25 million records worldwide, Nas has subsequently traveled the world, taken part in humanitarian endeavors, had a famous feud with Top Dog rapper Jay-Z, and gone through a challenging divorce from R&B singer Xzibit. Though Mark is known in the rap industry for being honest, he ended up homeless in 2012 as a result of serious personal and financial issues, unlike the other rappers on this list. Unlike other rappers of his caliber, Nas never really showed off his wealth, but fate had other plans. You may wonder what really happened to the great Nas. Therefore, after the divorce, he had trouble keeping up with the crib for a while. When Nas was unable to make payments, the house was repossessed in 2012, leaving him homeless. Then everything suddenly fell apart, TMZ reported. It's fantastic that Nas has been persistent in his attempts to get back on his feet. Nas recently told Huck Nas that he has no regrets, including lost money, in response to a question concerning the $6 million in overdue taxes he owed during the same time period. The state of Georgia claims that Nas owes more than $1 million in unpaid taxes from 2006 to 2009. This was shocking since it happened at the same time as the federal government arrived in New Zealand. "No, I don't have any regrets," the rapper stated. "We have no regrets about the way we live." Looking back, your mistakes are simply moments of being human, and everything is a learning lesson. I bring up those things again because I enjoy the moments when I failed, because it shows that I was only a person. The rapper was questioned if he wished his career had been more focused on business. Unfortunately, while Nas was releasing inspirational bars, another rapper was pacing his way to destruction. 69 Tekashi 69 is well known in the rap scene for several reasons, such as his colorful haircuts that go well with his. Since the rapper is notorious for his extravagant spending and flaunting his wealth everywhere he goes, the issue is that it gets harder to fall the higher you go. When Sy-9's business manager said in a Clubhouse section that the rapper is so poor that he needs gas, fans were shocked. The music manager quickly confirmed 6ix9ine's financial difficulties, saying, "Yeah, he is broke as a mother. Man, that 69 isn't anything. Bro, that's doing awful over there. For some gas, I had to give that $20. We were informing the public for that reason. Now that you're broke, man, we can assist you. That's awful." It's disheartening to see a gifted young man like this idiot. According to a court document Complex was able to get, the Brooklyn rapper told a judge about his financial difficulties in a written declaration while managing a civil action against 69 for an armed robbery case from 2018. "Right now, I am struggling to make ends meet, and I do not know if I will ever command the kind of advances I was paid before my arrest, and my career stalled," the rapper said, citing a negative ruling in the case as the cause of the disclosure. Would bankrupt him, it would undoubtedly bankrupt me in a way from which I will never be able to recover, causing my dependent family members to suffer for years to come. When federal officials, with the help of the Palm Beach Sheriff's Office, invaded and searched Tekashi's home in Lake Worth, Florida, on Wednesday, the rapper allegedly stated that 69 was not present, according to TMZ. The specifics of the operation seem serious, considering that some of his possessions, including a number of the rapper's luxurious vehicles, were confiscated. Exhibits A, B, and C, which show that our next artist went broke pimping other people's cars, are Tekashi's confiscated possessions. Xzibit was unquestionably the dominant force in MTV in the early 2000s. He also hosted Pimp My Ride. As they say, when the mighty fall, they fall harder, and Xzibit's tale of fortune reversal is no exception. In addition to his success in the rap industry, Xzibit was hired in 2004 to host the American television program Pimp My Ride. Because of his amazing entertainment skills, almost everyone looked forward to the show, where they got to pimp people's automobiles and turn an old car into a luxurious one.
Please, MTV, pimp my ride.
Naturally be thrilled and jump with joy when Xzibit arrived at their home. He would then retrieve the vehicle and take it to the costume mechanics, who would make repairs and turn it into a luxury car. I have to admit that, until the show was canceled, which signaled the start of Xzibit's downfall, I was always interested in how they did that as a child. In a shocking development, Pimp My Ride was discontinued in 2007, despite the fact that the participants' cars broke down almost immediately after the show, though it was unclear why. Some claimed that their cars were burned by bad wiring a few weeks later, while others claimed that some of the features were removed as soon as the camera stopped rolling. Xzibit was held responsible for all of the mistakes even though he was merely a host, and the show's discontinuation damaged his reputation and lessened his. Earlier in 2023, the news reported that the ex-husband was forced to pay his ex-wife $6,000 every month. I'll figure it out, and that comes to $2,239 a month in child support for their 10-year-old child. His high boundaries quickly fell, and his estranged wife, Krista, found the easiest way to send the rapper back to the trenches. She filed for divorce and demanded $230,000 from Xzibit to pay her lawyers during the acrimonious divorce process. In addition to the $372 monthly spousal support, there were other benefits. Krista recently insisted on a $14,000 payment increase, proving that the Pimp My Ride host no longer leads a pimped existence. She claims Xzibit makes a lot of money from his business, but she is deeply indebted. In 2 bankruptcy applications that were dismissed on July 29, 2009, Xzibit listed $739,500 in assets, mostly California homes. Xzibit owed more than $1.4 million for car theft in New Mexico. Therefore, it was unfortunate that he had no vehicles. The rapper's problems were made worse by the fact that he was renting a 2006 Range Rover for $2,230 a month, according to bankruptcy records. As he fought his unpaid taxes and attempted to avoid going to court, the IRS disclosed that the rapper, who was born in Detroit, owed almost $959,523 in late federal taxes. As anticipated, when Ja Rule made headlines, the internet was incensed to hear that the IRS had charged him with almost $1 million in unpaid taxes. 50 Cent was made fun of by his first-day rival during their never-ending feud, and the rapper and his wife, Aisha Atkins, are heavily indebted. However, Ja Rule's problems did not end with 50 Cent. He was really imprisoned for tax evasion. Overdue taxes of roughly $3 million, the U.S. Attorney's lawsuit claims that the pair failed to pay taxes of $3,139, $2,377, and 6 cents between 2005 and 2010, and between 2012 and 2017. Sadly, now that I think about it, why do rappers not feel that they have to pay taxes? Following his admission in 2011, Ja Rule reportedly received a 28-month prison sentence for failing to file truthful tax returns with the IRS. 5 years without submitting taxes. Judge Schwartz declared that his sentence will run concurrently with an unrelated state felony, and that taxpayers do not have the option of choosing whether to comply with legislation in that regard. Ja Rule was sentenced to a year of supervised release by the judge based on case files and court comments. I forget the rapper was impoverished when he was imprisoned, and he was a hardcore artist. I had expected him to make the necessary updates to his payments. When he was evading taxes, Ja Rule was He acknowledged that as the sole shareholder of Asha Incorporated and Reuters Incorporated, he received money from live performances from Rule Tours Incorporated and song royalties from Asha Incorporated and Song Tour during those years, but he neglected to file taxes for them. After Ja Rule was released from prison, a tragic circumstance occurred. He was once again unable to function as he attempted to get back on his feet. Billy McFarland approached Ja Rule and collaborated with him on the Fire Festival, which turned out to be a fraud and fell short of the promised image of exclusivity and luxury on. But after reportedly using the Ja Rule to win over companies and celebrities to their cause, our next rapper lost everything, just like everyone else on this list. He was one of the most popular rappers on social media in the years after his career. The ensuing litigation and films severely damaged the rapper's reputation. Fetty Wap is arguably the most modest of all the rappers who declared bankruptcy. In an interview with DJ Academics, the artist politely acknowledged that he had broke despite earning millions of dollars during his career. If you were unaware of this man's immense wealth, take a look.
How much is the most you saw like in your account? You're like, what the f?
The most I saw in my account?
Yeah, just
22.
Huh?
22.
Like 22,
M's.
like 22 million?
Yeah.
Holy.
Interview 1811/1824. Despite the fact that he obviously made millions of dollars from tours and album sales, the Trap Queen rapper acknowledged that poor financial and human resource management was the main cause of his demise. Because he was so wealthy and everyone wanted to attend, Fetty Wap really wanted to bring everyone along. I went shopping with about 30 other guys, and because he was a great man, he would buy everyone fancy clothes. He told DJ Academics.
Let's say we go to the mall, right?
Yeah.
At this time, I love robbing jeans, right?
Yeah.
These talking about $500 a pair. And then my worst shopping experiences was Barney's when the Balmain came out.
Yeah.
We're talking about $1,300, $1,400, $1,500 pair of jeans, bro. I'm buying 30 pair of jeans. Now, mind you, I'm only wearing one pair, but I'm spending $45,000 in this on jeans.
But even though his name was selling and money was rolling in, he didn't give a damn. Who spends $8 million on a family vacation like Fetty Wap? During an interview with DJ Droy, Fetty Wap revealed how, despite understanding it was a waste of money, he foolishly spent millions of dollars on a family vacation.
The most superstar thing I've done, I spent a lot of money. I can say that. On this particular trip, I was like $8 million.
On one trip?
Yeah. But we go to the hotel, and the hotel like, yo, we don't have enough rooms. Now, they like, we got this many rooms here, this many rooms there, this many rooms here, and I'm like, you know what? I don't want to hear this.
Right.
Call my man like, yo, I need a house.
Fetty Wap appeared to be living the good life until his arrest for drug trafficking in 2021. In his first candid interview from behind bars, the New Jersey rapper talks about his missteps and his time in prison. He says that because he had a family to feed, his monthly spending came to $150,000, and his income didn't seem to be keeping up with his expenses. He began trafficking drugs. Pledges after turning to drug trafficking, the artist, who is a father of 6, was given a sentence of 6 years in prison and 5 years of post-release supervision. However, the artist is hopeful that he will heal and feel his family's love and has no regrets. The final rapper on this list, like Fetty Wap, talks a little about how he wasted his fortune on friends. MC Hammer in 1991, when the game was reserved for the most experienced players, MC Hammer was among the greatest in the industry. Afrotech claims that when MC Hammer was just starting out in the prime of his career, he amassed more than $70 million. He was rich and owned all that money could buy, but like most rappers of his type, he led an extravagant life, amassing nearly 20 luxury cars, a private plane, a helicopter, and 21 racehorses. By 1996, he reportedly owed over $10 million in debt and had squandered his $70 million fortune. Interview 2117/2134. Here's the problem though. MC Hammer intended to use his money for good, even if it meant going bankrupt, because he grew up in a neighborhood where most of his friends were gang members and frequently in trouble. He desired to enlist them and provide them with a goal. Because at the time, he still made a lot more money, regardless of how much he spent, he followed the widely held notion among rappers that money was for spending. Because he was so rich, he thought it was amusing to recruit 200 of his friends to join his entourage, even though it cost him an incredible $500,000 a month. The largest outlay for MC Hammer was his home, where he lavished absurd sums of money on a crib that would ultimately ruin him. He didn't think he should save or invest since he thought he would keep making money and partying till the end of the celebration. The 40,000 square foot mansion, which had initially cost him around $12 million, was customized for an incredible $30 million. It had basketball courts, tennis courts, a gold hot tub, and statues of him. In an interview, MC Hammer lauded his home, stating that it felt more like a vacation when he first moved there, but I don't think I've ever sat on the living room couch after the party and have only ever utilized the marble steam room in my bathroom once. There were regrettably placards that said music. Dance hip-hop gave way to gangster hip-hop. When things were tough, MC Hammer had to sell his house for only about $5 million since he was unable to keep up with the trend and became less and less significant. Since it meant he was receiving less and less money, this was a significant loss. Recall that he still had the large estate to maintain and that he was still paying his 200-plus friends to labor for him. Regretfully, MC Hammer's debt increased from an incredible $70 million to over $10 million in just 5 years. By filing for bankruptcy in 1996, he'd attempted to avoid the problems that would come, but the public acknowledgement of his brokenness did not shield him from them. Following a vicious onslaught by the IRS, which claimed MC Hammer owed $800,000 in unpaid taxes from 1996, he was formally declared bankrupt in 2013. If you enjoyed this video, click the link that appears on your card right now to view more.